I think that 2021 is going to be a very interesting year for Star Wars because this seems to be the year that, of course, Kathleen Kennedy is going to exit out of Lucasfilm, and we also know that this is official that Bob Iger will be stepping away and stepping down as CEO of Disney and walking away from Star Wars, Marvel, and more. That really are going to really be a big shift in the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that Bob Iger also played a role in how a lot of Star Wars fans have issues with the sequel trilogy because of what he allowed Kathleen Kennedy to do with these Star Wars stories, such as The Last Jedi, and how so many scenes were deleted out of The Last Jedi, and of course even The Rise of Skywalker as well. Now, when we look at Kathleen Kennedy, at the end of the day, we do know that she really is incompetent as a leader over at Lucasfilm, and that somebody else really needs to take over as head of Lucasfilm. There's no denying that, right? So, when we look at the Star Wars franchise, as of right now, where it stands, alright, obviously The Mandalorian, huge success. It shows us proof that Disney knows exactly how to do a proper Star Wars story and knows exactly how to create original content. Now, when we look at what they're trying to do now with their new Star Wars universe, this really is a big deal because we also know that their new Star Wars expanded universe is really going to be quite one of the big strategies by Disney in order to satisfy the fans and to reunite the fan base that was actually divided because of The Last Jedi. Now, on top of all this, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently done with the sequel trilogy and are primarily focused on the new Star Wars universe, many fans have been very curious about the future of the franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, it's explained that currently Disney is cleaning house over at Lucasfilm in order to make a majority of the Star Wars fans satisfied with the direction of the new expanded universe for the Star Wars brand, where it's noted that one of the major plans comes from CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, and that he is initiating a plan to keep Star Wars in good hands before he leaves in 2021. Now, it's noted that it was Bob Iger's idea to bring back a majority of the Star Wars Legends stories and characters from the old expanded universe that will actually make their way into the new canon later this year, into 2021 as well, and that it is said that Disney is now looking to resurrect around 80% of Star Wars Legends material that will stay as accurate as possible to the lore and to the stories, while making minor changes to how they will be told, given that the sequel trilogy movies exist. Now, it's said that Bob Iger realizes that Star Wars is more than just films, but also the canon lore is very important to the fandom. Not just that, but Bob Iger is also giving a project a go that is said to be George Lucas's Star Wars Underworld TV series that will be revived in a different way to work on many of the upcoming Disney Plus content with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and more, as well as their new Star Wars films that they are planning as we speak. It's noted that it was also Bob Iger who actually halted Kathleen Kennedy to have any creative control over the Kenobi TV series, and that Jon and Dave will also be involved with this TV show. So the thing that really, stands out to me the most here is the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is losing her leadership. And what I mean by that is that she will no longer have a say in the matter of how things need to be done on a story level. Which is something that she did with The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, Solo, and other Star Wars movies and projects out there alike. Now, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy is that what's really great about this is that this seems like it's a light at the end of the tunnel, that she will no longer be involved on that level. So Bob Iger, it seems like he's coming to his senses, and I think what he wants to do is he wants to leave a good legacy behind. I think that's ultimately what he wants to do, is that he wants to leave a good legacy behind as CEO of Disney, not just with the success of Marvel, but also with the success of Star Wars and exactly what it could become. In fact, Iger hinted at this over at Star Wars, the premiere for The Rise of Skywalker, where he actually stated that we are now just figuring out exactly what we can actually do with Star Wars and how much potential we really have for this brand, that they're now just figuring this out. And the fact that they're resurrecting a lot of Star Wars Legends material, such as characters like Mara Jade, Darth Revan, Darth Malgus, all these different characters that we know and love, how a lot of those stories are going to be reinvented by Disney, is exciting as long as they are able to do it correctly, right? And not just that, the fact that they are resurrecting, Star Wars Underworld and how that's going to be told in a different way on Disney Plus is also another thing to look forward to. In fact, I have no doubt in my mind that that Underworld footage was leaked on purpose by Lucasfilm in order to give fans an idea of what George wanted to do, and that they are testing the waters of what they are trying to plan as we speak. So, when we look at everything related to Disney here, obviously, like I say, the fan base is divided. A lot of things happened with The Last Jedi. A lot of fans had issues with the sequel trilogy, and that's fine. But looking forward now, the fact that Kathleen Kennedy will no longer be involved on a creative level, I think that we're going to get a different tone with Star Wars TV shows and movies to come in the future, as well as new Star Wars projects. I think in general, it's going to feel different without Kathleen Kennedy's input. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.